Today we are going to look at color theory and how the color wheel helps us understand it. Color is the element of art that is derived from reflective light spectrum. The three characteristics of color are hue, value, and intensity. As you can see here, our eyes are sensitive to a narrow band of electromagnetic waves known as the visible light spectrum. This spectrum ranges from gamma rays all the way to AM radio waves. Let's start looking at some of the basics of the color wheel. First, we have primary colors. These are colors that cannot be mixed, but can be used to create all other colors. They are red, yellow, and blue. Next, we have secondary colors. You use two primary colors to create a secondary color. Secondary colors are orange, green, and violet, or sometimes called purple. As you see here, red and yellow make orange, yellow and blue make green, and blue and red make violet. These 6 colors create your primary and secondary colors. The next set of colors are called tertiary colors. They are created by mixing a primary and a secondary color together. They are red-orange, yellow-orange, yellow-green, blue-green, blue-violet, and red-violet. As their name suggests, you use the primary and secondary color that are next to each other on the color wheel to create the tertiary color. Let's do a quick review of the basics. Your primary colors cannot be mixed, but create all other colors. Secondary colors are created by mixing two primary colors, and tertiary colors are created by mixing a primary and a secondary color together. Now that we have reviewed the basics of the color wheel, let's move on and learn a little bit about color theory vocabulary. First, we are going to look at the 3 characteristics of color: hue, intensity, and value. Hue is the name of the pure color with nothing else added. Next is intensity. Intensity is the brightness or saturation of the color, sometimes called the purity. The last characteristic is value. Value is the degree of the lightness or darkness of a color. There are 3 ways to show value: tint, shade, and tone. First is tint. A tint is produced by adding white to the hue. The tint makes the hue lighter and can range from a very close to the original hue to almost white. Second is shade. The shade is produced by adding black to the hue. Just like with the tint, your shade can range from very close to the hue to almost completely black. The last is through tone. A tone is produced by adding gray, or any combination of black and white together, to the hue. By adding gray to your hue, you desaturize or lessen the intensity of the hue. Next, we're going to look at color temperatures. Cool colors appear dark and mysterious and sometimes gloomy. They can also remind us of icebergs and winter skies and peaceful landscapes. Cool colors are also thought to be relaxing as they appear to recede into the distance. On the other hand, warm colors appear bright and cheerful and happy. They remind us of sunlight and fire and heat. Warm colors also appear active and in the foreground. The last thing we are going to cover in this video is color schemes. There are many different types of color schemes. We are just going to look at a few of the most popular ones. The first color scheme we're going to look at is a monochromatic color scheme. This scheme uses only one hue or color and adds black, white, or gray to create its tints, shades, and tones. The next scheme is a complementary color scheme. Complementary colors are located across the color wheel from each other. Another popular color scheme is an analogous color scheme. This color scheme is made up of 2 to 4 colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. A triadic color scheme is also very popular. This scheme is made up of 3 colors that are spaced evenly around the color wheel. The most popular triadic color scheme is your primary color scheme of red, yellow, and blue. The last color scheme we are going to look at is a square scheme. To create this scheme, you'll use 4 colors that are evenly spaced throughout the color wheel. I hope you have learned more about color theory and the color wheel after watching this video.